Rise and shine, wild ones. It's Bernadette King. I will be your flight instructor as we fly through the month of October on Animal Spirit Airlines. Yo! It's October 1st, Thursday, October 1st. I know I'm here with your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading, but it's all about October. It's all about the fall. It's all about Halloween. So we'll get started because today is just such a Man, today is Thursday, October 1st. Can you tell? I like October. I like fall just a little bit. And I am here with, again, your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading using my award-winning Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. It's a really interesting card that came out for today. Who'da thunk it? The alpaca, which is kind of an interesting animal to come out for a Thursday because, you know, the ruling chakra of Thursday is the heart chakra, and the planetary influence is Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion and optimism. It's the yay. Oh my gosh, this week is almost over. Uh-oh, the week is almost over. I better get to it. I better move. I better move. Now, alpaca are not really known for moving that quickly or really with that intensity or that kind of drive or passion, but alpaca, if you look at them with the little smooches and the little kisses and that sweet look on the alpaca that's getting, kissed, it's this card is in the Oracle pack of the expansion add-ons for the Arc, and it's in the Friends, Lovers, and Family pack, which always alerts me to that whatever day that whatever card from whatever expansion or add-on pack shows up, it's a day to really focus on that kind of tribe, pack, school, den, family, lovers, etc. That might be needing you or you might be needing them because it cuts both ways, right? Okay, so just some really quick facts about alpaca, which, listen, I was today's day old when I went diving for facts about alpaca and learned that in theory there are no wild alpaca anymore, that they're all domesticated. Now, I gotta believe there's some alpaca running out there around Tibet and that area that are, wild. Maybe not. Don't know. I just know that's what it reads on Nat Geo and a bunch of other sources that I looked at. So let's pretend that there are no more domesticated or there are no more wild alpacas. Oh, that hurts my heart. Because, what is my mantra? Stay wild. It's a new hashtag, right? It's going all over the place. Hashtag stay wild. And it started with Jetta Joe special. Shout out to you, girl. You were the first one to use it. I love you for it. I don't know why I didn't think of it, but I love it now. And all of a sudden, it's blazing everywhere. So thank you. So big smooches to you. Just like the alpaca. So when I had to really sit this morning and think all about how I wanted to approach this, because in my heart of hearts, I just know, because of the thousands and thousands of animals that I've communicated with, been around, observed, I just don't think you can take the wild out of anything. Not truly. I believe you can break somebody's spirit. I believe you can break any animal's spirit, a human, an alpaca, a whatever. I mean, it's kind of hard to break the spirit of a fish, right? Or really a snake. Kind of hard to do that. Reptiles, they're not so much about that. But you can get in a situation where the domestication thing rather than the wild thing can be something you've got to take a look at. And domestication is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just shouldn't be your thing, if that makes sense. When I sat and prayed about it this morning, when I sat and meditated about it this morning, here's what alpaca told me. Look, there's wild and then there's wild. And I don't know why I'd never thought of this before. I don't know why it never came to me before, but there's wild, like the Wild West, where people just took a gumption in their own head and somebody talked to them the wrong way. They took out a revolver and that was it. The undertaker was out the door measuring for a coffin and there you were. And nobody did anything about it. Now, that does not need to happen in this world, right? And it can go just as drastic as that. Or it can be, we're in a time now where people are so ridiculously empowered to say the stupidest stuff and be aggressive in ways that make no sense, that are not helpful whatsoever. And most of them can't back it up. They talk a lot of smack, but their mouths are writing checks that their bodies just can't cash. It cracks me up. And it always seems to happen around me in the grocery store. God love Publix. If I ever want drama in my life, if I ever want something to talk about, I just got to go grocery shopping at Publix. So, you know, think about today what you really want to say and what you really want to do. Make sure that alpaca energy is with you when you do want to step into your wild side. And then consider what wild really is. Now, when I say wild, and I'm always about stay wild, what I really mean is stay free. And there is a tremendous, tremendous freedom in choosing not to say something, choosing not to do something, choosing not to take action, or choosing to take action. There's a tremendous amount of freedom in that, because what you've then decided in your own spirit is that you're going to take responsibility for whatever your actions are or are not. And that's wisdom right there, y'all. That's wisdom. And it's freedom. Now, alpaca are, you know, they're just the fluffiest, sweetest. My God, they're so sweet. And as many of them as I've been around, because if y'all ever saw my house, maybe I'll take some pictures. I have been alpaca crazy forever and ever and ever. I just love them. And I visited, there's an alpaca farm. There's not really a farm. He does a lot of rescue, and, you know, I don't know. They've got like 150 alpaca or whatever. So I've been there a few times. And I've never had one spit on me. They're always, as a matter of fact, oh, we'll show the picture of me and, and Frankie, the llama alpaca. I can't remember if he's a llama or alpaca. People have asked me if it's a stuffed animal. No, it's the real animal. My friend, my friend that goes along that takes all the pictures with me and all the videos of me with animals, who has asked to remain anonymous, but you know who you are. You're my bestie. You're my soul sister. She just happened to catch that picture at that one time, and that was it. It has become legend. It has become history. So, I've only ever experienced them to be very curious creatures, very gentle creatures, and you know they've survived a lot. I mean, unfortunately, they're used for their meat in some countries. You know, unfortunately, you know, they get sheared, although it's really good for them, and their fur is used. It's supposed to be hypoallergenic. So they've given this world an awful, awful lot for such gentle creatures, or I would say that we've taken an awful, awful lot from them. But when we look at the symbolism of all of that, and we take a look at that curiosity, let's start with that. Maybe there is something at this moment, because remember, the heart chakra governs Thursdays. So it's asking you to see from your heart. And the family and friends, family, lover, and friends aspect to the alpaca card is asking for you to consider, connect with, interact with the families, the lover or lovers and friends that you are most connected to from a golden thread from your heart, and see what kind of things, maybe they need some optimism in their life. Maybe they need to tone it down a little bit, and you're like, hey, you're way out there on a ledge, dial it back a notch, right? There's just something about seeing everything from your heart today, family, friends, lovers, that's really important, and it has to do with curiosity. Seek out what they need, ask them, observe. You know, I'm not very much for the information grapevine pipeline. You heard it from me, and if you didn't hear it from me, it's not true. And I don't want to hear blah, blah, blah from other people, because if I didn't hear it from you, I don't consider it true, no matter how wonderful it might be. That's not how I roll. So take it to the source. Don't be skeeting around, asking other people, unless, of course, it's like a surprise birthday party or something like that. Like, use your discretion, use your wisdom, right? You get it. Okay. So the other thing that I love about alpaca is that they've got this thing that they do where they hum and they vocalize their alerts to others. They've got, I mean, all animals have a specific language, but theirs is, I don't know, to me it's like sound therapy. It's very, very mesmerizing. So today will be all about when you speak. And that might be with an action, it might be with your voice, it might be with something written. Have it come from a place of love. Have it come from, you know, even if it's somebody in your office that you really just want to put a hex on because it's October and that's what we do. Maybe just try to see them as the family that they are. We are all connected, and no matter how much you want to clunk somebody on the head with a cast iron pan or your broom, Just try to let everything you speak come through love. And even if they don't get it or they don't take it, what do you care? Because why? Because you're wild and free. And you made the choice to do that. And you made the choice that you would take the consequences, come what may. And as long as you know your intentions are always at the root of your heart, always at the root of love, then you've got nothing to worry about, right? Okay. The other thing is with the songs, with the alpacas and their sounds, what songs do you need to hear today? I mean, listen, Bob Marley says, when the music hits you, you feel no pain. And there's so, oh my God, when in terms just of sound therapy, there's so much data out there about what sound, how it completely rewires neural pathways in our heads, how it completely changes our vibration, which is measured in hertz. And you can, I mean, you can literally measure what all different kinds of music does to people. And I did a science fair project when I was a kid, based on this fascinating book I read called The Secret Life of Plants, where in very rudimentary, very old experiments, this scientist over in Germany, Norway, Sweden, somewhere over there, he started playing music to plants. And he hooked them up to an old-time galvanometer, and he noticed that their electricity patterns changed depending on what kind of music. And then he would hold, unfortunately, fire to them and see their reaction. He would hold water to them. And there is a measurable difference in a plant and their energetic patterns. My God, what do you think it does to other living things? You know, maybe more complex, so we say, animals. So whatever music you have to be around today, whatever song you need to sing, you got to do that. And maybe, you know, you've got again, a friend, a family, a lover that's down in the dumps. Maybe you hit the door and you pick up something and you do, here, I have a good friend of mine sent me these pens. They're witch broom pens. Remember, I'm your flight instructor here at Animal Spirit Airlines, right? But maybe you have to pick up a broom or a brush and be like, you know, whatever song you need to sing, even if it's just to get them to laugh, just to get them to lighten up, maybe you need to do it for yourself. But alpaca energy is about relaxing, loving, being loved, and, you know, definitely survival is a part of this because where they come from originally is cold. It's really, really cold there, y'all. And so, unfortunately, without their fur, it could be argued that maybe the tribes of that area, the indigenous cultures of that area, they may not have had survived, or they may not have had an easy time surviving. So the other thing to take a look at is in those indigenous areas, they always held special ceremonies, and they still always do hold special ceremonies to honor the alpaca and all of their gifts. And they, you know, they create these beautifully designed fabrics and they lay them out on altars. All four corners of the earth are represented. On top of the cloth goes cocoa leaves and candy and flowers. It is, God, it's just a beautiful ceremony to behold. Really, it is. And so today could be the day of ceremony for you. Before you get rushing into your Thursday, let's go, let's get it done. What in your heart needs to be honored? Who needs to be honored? Just take some time, you know, even if it's just opening up a bag of Skittles and tasting the rainbow. And as you're eating whatever your favorite Skittle is, you just close your eyes for a second and honor whatever or whoever. Take 2 minutes today to do that. There's something really, really important, especially if you're honoring the ancestors, right? So friends, family, and lovers doesn't just mean the friends, family, and lovers that are here on this earth at this moment. It means all of our friends, family, and lovers, and some of them may be in the other world. Now, if alpaca is your spirit animal today, and if you don't know the difference between spirit, totem, and power animals, the link to the video all about that is below in the notes. So I won't go into it now, but if alpaca is your spirit animal, it really is time to take a spiritual journey, right? You know that song, Sentimental Journey? Well, I call it taking a spiritual journey. And that can mean a lot of things, but when you start talking about alpacas' connections to the parts of the earth that they're from, Peru, Nepal, deeply, deeply spiritual. It's like taking a trip to Australia and going to the places that are still very, very populated with Aborigine and still have that energy about it there. It is an ancient thing that just you know, and I talk like I've been there. I haven't, but I've read so much and watched so many videos and listened to so many people that have been there. And listen, you don't have to be somewhere to tap into its energy, right? Like that's why they call it shamanic journeying. Um, Man, it's nothing like you've ever experienced over here, truly. So take some time, think about your own spiritual journey. And if you are an alpaca totem person, like I guess you could say in some ways that alpaca is my totem animal, just as not as much as a bear is, but it is. It really is about stamina. It's about immovability because these animals are comfortable in altitudes of like 16,000 feet. They've got the stamina, they've got the wherewithal, they've got the unmovable will to make it up there and be just as, yeah, I can breathe up here. It's fine up here for me. Are you okay? I'm okay. We're okay. We're all okay, right? So God love ya, because I go outside and sweat for 10 minutes. And if I'm not with animals, it's a wasted trip for me, man. I'll sweat and get all kinds of gross if I'm with animals. But if it's not, I'm like, ew, hot, I'm back inside. So if alpaca is your power animal, if you feel like there's a call for you today to align with the alpaca spirit inside of yourself, then it's definitely a time to take a look at your heart chakra. Have you been feeling a little numb? What do you need to warm up to? Conversely, who is warming up to you but is not for your own best interest? Always see things through your heart, because your heart will not lead you astray. It's like the big BSO meter that lives right here. And not just for incoming information, but for outgoing information. It's very easy to fool ourselves, y'all. Very, very easy. So, boogity, 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 I put a spell on you. Don't do it. Don't fool yourself. Use alpaca energy to see the truth of things, warm up your heart, and allow your heart to like steer you in the direction that is really meant for you to go. So, I hope this is helpful. I thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Get your daily readings delivered right to you every day. Make sure that you get your copy. My notes. Make sure that you get your copy of the Arc Animal Spirit Tarot and Oracle deck. And all of that said, today is a special Stay Wild. Really what it means is stay free and use your wild appropriately. Use your wild to do wonderful things that are all spoken and done from your heart chakra, and you can never go wrong.